Hello traders, Rich here, and here's a quick but detailed update on Bitcoin. As usual, if you guys like video analysis, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started, and as usual, cheers. As per my last video analysis here on YouTube and TradingView, we were waiting for Bitcoin to approach the 30K to look for buy setups, right? But we wanted the buyers to prove control by breaking above this channel from H4 timeframe, which as you can see, which is what happened, and price kept moving higher. This is from a short-term perspective. However, as you clearly see from a long-term perspective, we are still stuck inside this range, and I posted a picture analysis yesterday that for the buyers to take over from a long-term perspective for a bullish movement to start, we need to see a break, a massive big daily candle break above this area, or two full big candles also from daily time frame to confirm that this area is now broken upward. In this case, we'll be looking for buy setups on the retest. But meanwhile, and until this happens, Bitcoin would be still stuck inside this range where the 40K is acting as a resistance, obviously, many rejections from it. And the 30K is also acting as a support area, many rejections from it. And it's also a demand area from weekly time frame, as I showed you last time, aggressive movement upward. And the 30K is a round number and the 40K is also a round number. So long story short, we are still stuck inside this range. And again, as I used to say for like 3 months now, where price was around here, that for the buyers to take over, we need a break above this area. Okay. Meanwhile, we'll be stuck inside this range, and Bitcoin can still break the range downward. In this case, a movement at our 20K would be expected, where we'll be looking for new buy setups to form. But for now, since price is around the 40K, we have two possible scenarios. The first one is the break that we were waiting for, right? But we need, as mentioned, a big daily candle, right? A big daily candle or two big bullish candles. Meanwhile, the price can still reject this resistance area because it's now a resistance. So now Bitcoin is trading inside this range and it's currently sitting around the upper bound of the range. So the higher probability setups would be to look for sell setups, even though it depends on you. I personally don't sell Bitcoin, but just get an idea that we might have a correction movement, and I'll look for new buy setups around the next support area. So for example, I'll be looking for buy setups now around here previously, and if it's broken downward, I'll be adding more longs also around the 20K. So how do we know if we would have a break or if we would have one more correction before the price goes up or even breaks it down? Then we can zoom into lower time frames to get a clearer picture. We can't really add anything from weekly time frame. If we zoom into M30 time frame, we can see that we were overall bearish previously, right? The price was making lower highs and lower lows. Here we go. Here's our view. It's trading. I can't really zoom out anymore, but it's trading inside this range. So upper, lower bound, and price tend to reject the upper one, reject the lower one, and so on. That's how you can get a feeling about the market or of where you are currently standing in the market. So now we're on the upper bound. So we can expect a rejection from it unless we have a break above it. Okay. So trading is reactive and not predictive. Don't try to like speculate or predict what's going to happen next. Wait for the market to make the first move and then react accordingly. Before we continue, I want to tell you about Bitget. Bitget has over 1.5 million users worldwide. It's listed on CMC, CoinGecko, and CryptoAdventure. It's also licensed in 4 different countries, like the US, Canada, Singapore, and Australia. With Bitget, you can trade crypto on margin through the unified contract features, or you can simply buy and hold through the exchange, or also known as spot trading. And the interesting thing about Bitget is that it's one of the largest crypto copy trading platforms, where you can simply go here, copy trade, and follow the trader that you like. For example, you like this one, you click on follow. This way, you copy every single trade that he takes. If you don't have an account yet, I'll include the links in the description below. And let's continue. So now, long story short, again and again, I'll be waiting for a break above it from daily time frame, or as mentioned previously, when we can expect a correction. How do we know that? We will know that when the price fails to make a higher high and instead makes a lower high. Then we can know that this resistance area is standing strong and not letting the buyers push any higher. And it would be from market structure 101, an early alert that a potential reversal might happen, right? So the price is going up, big impulse movement pushing price higher, small correction, big impulse, small correction, and we had this big aggressive impulse. Now we're in a correction phase, and as you can see, the correction is relatively more aggressive than these previous corrections. So let me show it to you in a clearer manner. So big impulse pushing price aggressively higher, flat correction, big impulse, small and minor correction, bigger impulse. However, we have an even bigger correction, right? So that's one. Second, we need a lower high, which would also give us another alert. Third, we need a break below the previous low. Then and only then we can say that now the sellers are taking over. And since we have this trend line, we also need a break below it. So what I'll be waiting for to confirm a short-term bearish movement, of course, on Bitcoin is maybe this movement like this. Then I would say that this is what I call a trigger swing. However, I will not like sell. It's not like a trigger to sell. It's a trigger to know that we might have a correction movement if and only if this happens. So a lower high, a break below the previous low, and that's it. Meanwhile, until this happens or until price even breaks below any previous low that would be formed, for example, if price now goes up, this swing low would be formed. If broken down and below the trend line, we can say that now the bears are in control. Before or until the bears are in control, we would be overall bullish. However, for the buyers to take full control again and again, we need a big bullish candle from daily time frame. In this case, I will be looking for buy setups on the retest. I'm not looking for buy setups here. As you already know, I was looking for buy setups here around the lower bound of this range, because here where we have an edge. However, now for many members are asking me if they can buy now. I don't recommend a buy entry now around the resistance. So don't buy around the resistance, right? So it's a very obvious rule. Wait for it to be broken upward, because here you don't have an edge. So we have a resistance, support, and you are buying around the resistance. No matter how strongly you believe in the blockchain technology, but always wait for an edge. And you clearly don't have an edge here, even though the price can still trade higher from here. But if you want to be conservative, don't buy around the resistance. Instead, wait for it to be broken upward and look for buy setups on the retest. Okay, and the reason why I like to do my analysis on Bitcoin, no matter which coin you like or you are planning to hold, always start with the Bitcoin. And for example, when it comes to Forex, no matter which currency or pair I'm planning to buy or sell, I always look at the DXY. Okay, so if you want to get a feeling about the Forex market, look at the DXY. If you want to get a feeling about the crypto market, look at the mother of crypto, which is Bitcoin, obviously. So you can see the swing that we are waiting for a break above it. If we go now and check like Ethereum, we can see the exact same swing. This is it. This is a resistance waiting for break above it to confirm a bullish movement to start. If we go, for example, to XRP, we also have the swing. Here we go. Here's our swing and waiting for a break above it to confirm the bullish movement. If we go, for example, to Litecoin, here we go. We have a support. We have this swing, right? So always check Bitcoin before jumping into other coins. And here we go. We have a resistance here that price rejected. If we go to Bitcoin, what is it? Give me a moment. Here we go. If we go to Bitcoin, here we go. Here's our resistance. Price rejected this resistance. So you can see the exact same movement almost on all crypto, on all coins or altcoins. Here's our last swing, and here's our resistance for it to be broken upward. We don't want to buy here. We want to buy around the 1, which is the next support. As you can see, many rejections from it, or waiting for ADA or Cardano to break above it. This is why I'm interested in buying here after a break above it, or around this lower area, because here where we have an edge over the market. Last but not least, I will show you one more example, which is Algo. For those who know me, I've been following Algo for like a long period of time. That price was around here, and I don't want to buy around the resistance. I was waiting for it to approach the support to look for buy setups, right? Or for price to break it upward. So you've got the idea. This is what we are waiting for now, as price is around this resistance on Bitcoin, for example. Now, algo is around the support area, and here's the swing that we saw on Bitcoin, right? So that's it for me. Always wait for extra confirmation. Always wait for the buyers in case of a buy to take over, and don't ever buy around a resistance. That's it for me, and I'll see you on the next one.